said, what do you have? What's in your hand? Moses said, you talking about my right or my left? What's in your hand? So I'm not sure what you mean. I know you can't be talking about the staff. You can't be talking about the rod. You can't be talking about the stick because you're God. Why would you be asking me what's in my hand? And you are all knowing. God asks, what's in your hand? So this is just the rod. Hear me now. It says the rod is in my hand. I know we're jumping ahead, but somewhere my mind tells me to jump to Psalms 23, where the rod and the staff protect me. He is the protection for you that leadeth you. You got to know on today what's in your hand is the protection of God. I know it was heavy over your heart, but it's the protection in your hand. They may doubt the person that you are now. They may doubt the calling that's over your life. They may say that you're not as assigned, you're not as purposed, you're not as called as what you think you are. That's okay. I have the protection in my hand. Everything you put your hand to in this season, God says, I am protecting it. I'm protecting your finances. I am protecting you on the walk. I am protecting every place where you would go and they say that the grace don't follow you, that the anointing is not on you, that the love of God has missed you. He says, I am the protection of the rod that's in your hand. You have to know on today it's in your hand. It's in your hand. It's in your hand. He says, Moses, what's in your hand? He said, God, just the rod. David says, your rod and your staff protect me. And Moses says, it's in my hand. God said, throw it down. It's crazy. Because I just believe God to be God, whether he's in the house or he's outside. I believe God if I am on a plane or if I'm in Walmart. I believe God to be God regardless of where I go to, where I'm at, who is around me. Know that if he's in your hand, if he's on the ground, if he is in front of you, behind you, I know God to be going ahead to prepare the way for me. He says, throw it to the ground, throw it down, throw it on the ground. And when you throw it on the ground, know this, Moses, what you looked at won't be the same that you pick up. I can't hear you. He says you're picking up something that didn't look like how you threw it down. You got to know on today when you release it from your hands, that God will remove it from your heart. When God takes it from your heart, he'll change it on the ground. You have to know everything that is above your head. You have to throw it down at his feet. Throw that down at his feet. Say, God, it's over my head, but I put it in your hands. On the ground, I lay everything that easily besets me. Every sin that I would struggle with, every heartache that I would carry overnight. God, if everything that was the doubt of me, the death of me, that would be the demise of me, the defeat of me, he says, I take it out of my hand and I throw it on the ground. God, it's in your hands now. You do something with it. Watch this. God says, I'm turning it from a rod that you're comfortable with to a serpent that you're afraid of. And Moses starts running. Can't hear nobody. As Moses starts running, he starts running. He's running from the serpent, and God says, wait, turn around. Grab it by the tail. I can't hear you today. He says, grab it by the tail. Everything that you're running from, grab it by the tail. If everything that they say you couldn't have, I need you to turn around and grab it by the tail. I know that the promotion passed you by. You have to go back and grab it by the tail. You have to tell everything that the enemy took from you that you will be mine. It will be restored. This is not just the story of Moses. This is your story on today. Everything that you missed last season, you won't miss this season. Every person who came into your life just to take from you, God says he's restoring back to you from the back all the way to the front. He says, grab it by the tail, Moses. Grab it by the tail. And he picks it up. He picks it up. And he has it in his hand. I said, you are holding everything that was meant to kill you. I gotta go. So you holding on to everything that was meant to kill you. It it won't go down the way that they said it would. I know that they doubted you in it and tried you by it, that they will blame you for it, and then they will try and manipulate you in it. But God says everything that was supposed to kill you, that is now from behind you or off your back, is in your hand. You have to know He's turning those things around for you. God is using everything that the enemy meant for evil. God says He's turning it. He's turning it. I can't hear you. Though the serpent would have, should have, could have been the enmity that bit you, that ended you, that could have confused everybody around you. God says, all I'm doing in this season is I'm allowing what was at your heel to be at your hand. He says, put your hand over your heart, and I'm done. So put your hand over your heart. He puts his hand over his heart, and his hand turns white. He says, God, what is this? He said, I am the same God who turned the rod into a serpent. Now, turn what you look at this well into what's white. God is changing things from one way to the complete opposite. You have to know that every time that you pray, God don't just stand around and look and hear you or miss you. He don't just grant prayers as He wants to. If every time that you put your hand over your heart in prayer to God, I'm praying for my family. I'm praying for the kids, that the greater assignment will be over their life, that the anointing don't miss them, that every friend who would walk away, that God would still bless them. Every hater that liked me but couldn't express it, so they seemed like they hated me, God, I pray you bless them either way. He says, though it's heavy on your heart, He says, I'm changing it. I'm turning it. I know you want it to get well. I says, don't stop praying because it's on your heart. It's heavy on your heart, and I'll turn it. So I'll completely change it. But you have to release what's in your hand. What's heavy off your heart. It says, I want you to either throw it on the ground or remove it from your chest. You have to know when God frees you from the mental place where you've been enslaved to serve them, care about everything that they would say, be at the wit and call of the opinions of somebody else through the perspective of your mind. He says, I'll release it from your mind, but you have to release it from your heart and your hand. You have to put it in His heart. You have to put it in His hands. You have to throw those things on the ground that are mission for you, are made for you, are not for the furthering of you. He says, take it from your hand. Take it from your heart. Just leave it in my hands today and know that God is not only turning it, changing it, moving and morphing it, but God is completely turning things all the way around for you.